So we live in the age of feeling. People do things or don't do things based on feeling. Does it make me feel good? Does it not make me feel good? Am I deriving some sort of feeling out of this, or am I not? When people are not feeling, I tell them, look, don't chase the feeling. Because you know what? I've heard Christians, I've heard Buddhists, I've heard Hindus, I've heard Jews, I mean, all different types of traditions, even atheists, they will talk about a feeling. You know, I feel a sense of connectedness with the universe. I feel a sense of spiritual kind of whatever. And now they're chasing it through other means. You know, the atheists started looking for it in ayahuasca tea and going to Peru and sitting with a shaman and inhaling some fumes. And that's what they're doing. So it's this chase after this kind of, I don't know, it's almost like a dissociative experience from the body. And it's actually misdirected because the spirit, you know, Imam al-Ghazali, after he passed away, they found a poem in which he said, "Don't weep over me. I'm like a bird who was caged and now I'm free." Is kind of the rough translation of that. And that's kind of what people are seeking out. I think it's a recognition, kind of a subconscious recognition that we're not home and we want to be with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So on the one hand, it's positive in the sense that there's that recognition, but on the other hand, it might be warped and misdirected to make worship about getting a feeling. And if that's what we're doing, there's kind of a subtle form of idolatry there, because you're chasing something.
You're chasing this. You're searching for the state. You're actually almost worshiping the state.
Exactly.
In a sense,
exactly.
The feeling.
So yeah.
You know, I sort of like, let's first talk within the bounds of Islam.
Yeah.
Like, so, you know, and I think, you know, and then maybe we can get into like, you know, this not feeling it and how it relates to this epidemic of, atheism or agnosticism that, you know, we're dealing with today. But in terms of Muslims who, like, as you already mentioned, who like maybe searching for spiritual states, and to be wary of that, there's a hikam, a wisdom from Ibn Ta'ala, where he said that, you know, don't abandon the wird or the invocation of God, the remembrance of God, you know, because you don't feel His presence. Because it's better that, you know, it's better to be forgetful in doing the wird than to not do it at all. So what would be like? What is the approach that Muslims should consider who are having that difficulty in connecting? Like, so when they hear the Quranic recitation, you know, they don't feel that feeling in the heart that of humility, or they're not feeling that power of the Quran in their heart that they feel like they should be feeling it, that humility, they should feel that sense of, you know, awe, or that sense of connection in their salah, or that sense of, and I'm not even talking about euphoric states. We're talking just about that feeling, you know. I mean, what is the approach that you would suggest for us to be able to try to foster that connection, but at the same time not give up on doing the work because, you know, we're getting discouraged.
Something that we've been kind of increasingly telling people to do is, and I would say do it carefully, is to find a teacher, find a sheikh. You need to be with a sheikh, because only having somebody like Ibn Ashir, when he says in his Urjuza, at the end of it in Babu Tasawwuf, he says, وَيَصْحَبُ شَيْخًا عَارِفَ الْمَسَالِكِ يَقِهِ فِي طَرِيقِهِ الْمَهَالِكِ يُذْكِرُهُ اللَّهُ إِذَا رَآهُ وَيُوصِلُ الْعَبْدَ إِلَى مَوْلَاهُ. That to accompany a sheikh who knows the past, because only when you're with a sheikh who's gone through these states, Imam Zayd has a beautiful analogy. He's like, let's say that you're going hiking, and there's no signs anywhere on the hike path. I mean, we went hiking recently in Vancouver, and had it not been for the orange markings on the trees, you would have gotten lost. We wouldn't have gotten to this beautiful, amazing turquoise-colored water lake with clear that you could just see the ground. Just an amazing sight. But it was these orange markings on the trees that showed us the path. Now imagine you didn't have the orange markings, and you had somebody there who's from that area, who's gone through it multiple times, and they can say, "Follow me, and I can get you to the lake. I can get you to that fresh water, so that you can have a drink." That's what a sheikh is, somebody who knows the past. So they can tell you when you go through these states, you can go to the sheikh and say, like, look, I'm experiencing that I don't feel that sweetness anymore, or I'm experiencing a certain pull towards something, or I'm experiencing a certain push from something. So a sheikh will show you all that path and stuff. And when I say carefully, there are a lot of charlatans out there. So you have to find somebody who's attested for, who's got some people who can bear witness and testify, and to also recognize that it's about the teacher, not about the students. You know, sometimes shuyukh can be surrounded with students who their murids are problematic, So they can give you a wrong idea. So you have to be attached to a particular sheikh. And this sheikh will show you the path. And they will protect you from destruction. And they will also remind you of your Lord when you see them. And they will greet you. They will get you. They will take you, lead you by the hand to your Lord. So you have to attach yourself with a sheikh and study this religion. And it's everything to do with this religion is معلق بالقرآن والسنة. So, alhamdulillah.
To listen to the full episode, please visit Imanwire.com.